Hi friends, welcome back to Whiskey and Wit. Today's video is a set of 3 Dollar Tree DIYs, all perfect for summertime patriotic decor, so stay tuned. Up first are these adorable little milk jars. So you're going to need 3 of these jars from the Dollar Tree located near the vases, and I started by covering all 3 with 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint as a base. After those completely dried, I took 2 of them and taped off with 1-inch painter's tape 3 different stripes to create the stripe portion of a flag. The main kicker here is you just want to put the 2 next to each other to make sure that the stripes are about the same height. And then I painted with crimson, which is Waverly's version of red. This is what I used for all of my Christmas projects. And then for the blue one for the stars, my Dollar Tree didn't have any star stickers, so I grabbed this wall decal and I used the stars as part of the sports theme as my stars. So I went ahead and stuck those all over the jar, and then I took my blue paint, which is Ocean from Waverly, dabbed over the top of the stickers, and then filled in the rest. Just so then that way you aren't pulling the paint, because those really aren't stencils, so they don't stick that well. Then I carefully removed the painter's tape and the stickers to reveal my design. They were a little too bright for my liking, so I wanted to distress them and add some jute twine. So this is just from the Dollar Tree. I wrapped them around the top about 10 times, cut off the jute, and then tied them into little bows so they all kind of had that cohesive look. And then I took some 100 grit sandpaper and just really went to town roughing it up. You're not going to hurt it, and it really just depends on how rustic you want. I like to go over the edges of the top of the bottle, the bottom edge, and then also where the wording is, where it's raised. That really makes it look old and rustic. Once you have them distressed as much as you would like, then you are good to go. You can fill these with a ton of different things. I ended up filling them with some tulips I found on Amazon, very similar to the Target Dollar Spot ones. If you're interested in those, I will have a link down below where you can purchase them from Amazon. They'd be perfect for tier trays, shelves, throughout your home. They will add some red, white, and blue to any part of your house. Up next are these super simple and large pillows. What you'll need are 2 2-packs of bandanas. These are the blue paisley and the flag. Step 1 is very important. Make sure you carefully remove the little tags from each one, because the fabric is so thin. If you pull too hard, you're going to pop a hole in the fabric and your pillow is going to look sad. So then you're going to match up your 2 things of fabric. You could do a flag with a flag, blue paisley with blue paisley, or I like this flag with the blue paisley on the back. So you're going to want to put both of your right sides facing in, because you're going to flip it, and then go around the outside with some hot glue to hook and start making the frame of your pillow. Now you're going to want to completely glue 3 of the sides and about halfway glue the final side. I like to do that on the top of the pillow. You're going to want a gap about the width of your hand, just so then that way you can stick your hand in and really be able to stuff it and flip it. Once your hot glue has cooled, then you can go ahead and use that little hole that you left open to flip your pillow inside out and then begin to stuff. The key here is you want to use your fingers to really push out the corners, just so then that way you have a nice square pillow. And then I just used some polyfill I had left over from Christmas. However, you could do a ton of different things with this. You could use an old pillow you already have. You could go grab a cheap pillow from Walmart for a couple bucks. The possibilities are endless. Whatever you have to stuff it will work. You could stuff it with another pillow, old stuffed animals, really whatever you have on hand will work. And then I use some hot glue to just adhere the top together so that your pillow is completely glued shut. I repeated those steps, and I also grabbed some other packages so I could make one of those red and blue pillows, and these look really great in my entryway. And finally, this large DIY flag art. For this, you'll need some foam board, 4 of these rectangular signs, and 2 packages of these star wands. Step 1 is to create your base. So I removed the hanger from all 4 sides and the sticker on the back just because there's glitter on the front, and I measured out onto the foam board so that this would be more stable. Once the foam board was cut, I used a hot glue gun and attached all 4 with the holes on the outside, and then I went through with this white wood filler. It's Elmer's brand that I got from the Dollar Tree, and filled each of the holes so then that way it would be flat. Let it completely dry and then go back through with some sandpaper just so then everything lays flat. This is just 100 grit. Once everything's flat, I grabbed some Waverly chalk paint and gave it 2 coats, some as a base and then some for the white stripes that are ultimately going to be on your flag. Next up is to tape off the blue area, and I just decided to use the top left quadrant just because it was easier to tape off. And then I used Ocean Waverly chalk paint, same as the milk jugs, and went through and painted the top left. While that was drying, I went through and took the stars off the top of the wands. You could get stars really from anywhere, but I was trying to stick with the fully Dollar Tree flag here. So these I liked because it kind of gave it an artsy feel. Once I got those off of the sticks, I took the Waverly chalk paint and painted the back because it says Greenbrier on it, so 2 coats made it go away. Once the blue paint dried, I pulled off the painter's tape, and then I ended up taping the inside of the blue just so then that way that was safe and protected so I could tape off my stripes. I started at the bottom, and because it's a square, I kind of just wung it, but I used a little piece of tape to measure and kind of space everything out, similar to the technique I use for painting buffalo check print. But went through, put on all of the stripes that would fit. This is not going to be a full 13 stripe 50 star flag. It's a little more abstract, so I just filled it out with the 1-inch painter's tape. Went through with crimson red paint from Waverly and painted all of those stripes in. Now the trick here to getting the painter's tape to come off clean is a little bit of a rocking motion. So as you're pulling, don't just rip it like a band-aid. Do it lightly and kind of shake it back and forth as you're pulling it so it doesn't pull directly straight off, because that will help you not pull the paint off the signs. And then once everything is dry and ready to go, I went through with that 100 grit sandpaper and just roughed it up. This step is totally optional, but I really like the rustic feel it gave it, and it kind of softened up the white and made the red not so bright. Then the final step was to just take some hot glue, and I added 6 of the stars. Like I said before, you could honestly do stars from anywhere if you want to do a bunch of little stars. Michael's has a ton of cute little wood pieces, but to keep it Dollar Tree, I used these. And there you have it. It is so stinking simple and easy to make, but I love how this fills out the shelf in my bathroom. It adds a little bit of red, white, and blue along with my new little Hobby Lobby clearance finds, and I just love it. 4th of July, Memorial Day, Patriotic decor. It's just my favorite. You guys know that. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a future video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!